We're here for another Under the Hood segment with Bernard, and we're going to talk about plasma cutters. And if you've been on this website before, you know I like American-made companies, American-made products. That's what we try to promote here, because you don't have enough stuff from China soon enough. So let's try to keep it in the United States where we can. We found a terrific company up in New Hampshire, Hypertherm. They make a plasma cutter. Chris, come on in here. Chris, how you doing?
Doing great.
You from New Hampshire?
Actually, from here in Southern California.
Oh, that's all right. Well, but the company's in New Hampshire.
The company's in here.
Okay, you're the rep here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he didn't look New Hampshire-y to me. This is really Bernard's area. I'm more into breaking stuff, and Bernard fixes it. So I'm going to let you guys. I don't even pretend to know how this works. So you two guys are the experts, and you can kind of show us. So take us around here. Let's see what we got.
Perfect.
I'm going to stand over here and watch.
Why don't you show us what we got here?
Well, we've got the Powermax 30. This is a new 30 amp system. And what's really awesome about this system is that it's auto air. You just plug the air in. And
Shop air?
Shop air. Just regular compressed air, anything from 65 PSI to 135 PSI. The next thing that's really cool is when you plug it into the wall, your wall power is either 110 or 220. Again, you plug it in and it works. You don't
have to switch power, switches
no
or
switching
anything,
power, taps, anything. You
plug
just
it in and go. What does it do different than what our old plasma cutter does?
This one's now full digital signal processing. It's no longer a contactor or anything that's a moving part that's controlling your electronics. This is just sending zeros and ones. So what that does is it really increases your reliability on the system. There's no more mechanical parts that are going to wear out due to cycling. If you're on a small 110 circuit, say you're on like 110 12 amp or 15 amp
like in your garage at home?
Exactly. You can turn that down to about 20 amps, that way you won't trip the breaker. It'll still do fairly thick metal on that, like 1/4, 3/8 inch. If you're on 220 or even a 110 20 amp breaker, the computer in here really doesn't mind either one. It's only going to draw what it needs, and that you can cut 1/2 inch steel.
It's an awful small unit, and I think you're going to cut like 1/2 inch steel with it.
Mm-hmm.
This one will cut 1/2 inch steel.
It'll cut 1/2 inch steel.
Let's do it.
Safety equipment that you need is gloves and safety glasses.
So I don't need a welding helmet type thing like we would for arc welding?
It depends. The smaller systems, when you're cutting thinner materials and stuff, the brightness of that arc is going beneath the plate. When you're cutting thicker materials though and you're watching that arc's very bright, so you need at least shade 5, maybe even darker. Kind of the rule of thumb is if you see stars, your shades aren't dark enough. So, and that's common, that as you're at the thicker level, you get a little bit of a slag line there. In your old technology, you can never touch that tip.
Right.
That was a live tip in the old technology. What we do now is the way the circuitry works is it renders that tip non-conductive, and you can drag it right on the surface. You can pierce material, you can gouge, you can cut holes. So if I needed to do a bolt hole on the end of this, I can actually just tilt the torch sideways and I'll pull the trigger and stand it up.
Amazing. How about if you do a painted part?
Even
like
painted parts?
You do body work, you know, you need to cut a piece out because of rust and the stuff's not clean, it's got paint on it.
Even if you got dirt caked on the back end, it really doesn't matter as long as you can find ground. This is sitting at about 25,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So
it's pretty warm.
Very hot. So it really doesn't care what's in front of it as long as it finds ground on the circuit. So I want some bare metal.
I want to try this. Well, even I can do this. There is no distortion in the metal at all. If you did this with a, oxyacetylene torch, you'd have all kinds of distortion in it.
Distortion and your paint would be burnt back.
Right.
You couldn't touch that either. Larger systems we have will do actually all the way up to 1.5 inch material. Pierce 1 inch. Wow. And cut 1.5 inches on an edge start. Okay,
but for a guy at home, this would be more than sufficient.
This is more than sufficient.
A guy working on his car, he's going to have maybe 1/8 inch steel on the frame or something like that.
And that's what this was here. In the garage, there might be an instance where you want to gouge out an old weld without ruining your base material. And what you'll see is it's not going to pierce all the way through the material.
We're doing mostly steel here. Does it cut other materials? Or,
Absolutely.
Or are we limited to steel?
You are only limited to things that are conductive.
Does it make any difference in the thickness? Like if you're going to cut aluminum, will it cut half-inch aluminum as well?
It's going to be about a 15% less capability than what you would in mild steel.
Okay.
Reason being is you're not getting the benefit of the oxygen. In mild steel reacts positively to that oxygen. You get a little bit extra cut capacity out of it. Aluminum's fighting you, and so is stainless, because it doesn't oxidize. One last thing to show would be to actually attempt to pierce this half-inch. We're on 220 power.
See, and now I'm through.
Yeah.
So I just pierced half-inch material with a machine that, so what you can imagine, that could be like your bolt hole on your engine mount.
And then that little slug will just pop right out.
Well, I can see a guy wanting to restore a rusty old car. This is about the first tool you're going to need.
It's the first tool you got to buy. This and a MIG welder, you know.
Well, you've got to put it back together, but this to take it apart. Thank you, Chris, for the demonstration, and
Pleasure.
I'm sure we'll be getting a lot of use out of that.
Absolutely.